Hi, I'm Toksa Meshakin, your Caltrans director. Welcome everyone to Caltrans Cares for All, the Our Promise campaign virtual kickoff. We've moved this year's event online, and many deserving nonprofits are still participating. Please be sure to visit each of the virtual booths today and learn about how these nonprofits are making a difference in our communities because of your generous donations. Another change this year is that there are no paper forms to fill out. To access your pledge form, please register through the Cal Employee Connect portal. Once you're registered, pick your organization and follow the online instructions. It's that simple. For more information, please contact the Our Promise Key Connector in your district or division. You can find a list of them on the site. I want to thank the entire Caltrans family for your generosity and for helping out those who are less fortunate. Thank you for participating.
Thanks, Director Tokes. Once again, welcome to Caltrans Cares for All, the Our Promise virtual event. Needless to say, 2020 has been a challenging year, but it has also opened up new ways for us to do business. Modern technology allows you to work remotely from almost anywhere. Okay, let's not get carried away. The Our Promise campaign is a great way for you to give back to your community by donating to any nonprofit organization of your choosing. Let's see how our very own Don Clark Lamb became a part of the Our Promise team.
My father was my hero. He was a trailblazer, leader, teacher, and one of the first African American instructors in Southern California in the early 1960s. I've been an Our Promise donor since 1992. When my father was diagnosed with leukemia, my monthly donations became one of my many ways of honoring his legacy. We are living through challenging times, but we have a chance to go beyond our current circumstances to support our communities. You don't need to start your own nonprofit to make a difference. You can contribute to various nonprofit organizations to support equality, health, or anything that moves you. I'm so excited to say that this year will be easier than ever. As a state employee, giving is easy through my payroll deductions. This year, we'll be able to set up our charitable gifts online through Cal Employee Connect. The Our Promise campaign has even inspired me to participate as a volunteer. As one of the leadership donors, I'm making sure that my entire department and beyond knows what a game changer our combined efforts can make during such a challenging time. With our collective support, we can keep California strong for all. My monthly donation means keeping my father's legacy alive. What will your promise be? Join me and the thousands of our colleagues making a pledge or learn about getting more involved as a volunteer by visiting ourpromiseca.org.
Did you know that Caltrans employees last year donated over $500,000 to 1,800 nonprofits through the Our Promise campaign? We are consistently one of the top donors of all state agencies each year. Let's see what your fellow employees say about their experience giving through Our Promise.
I've contributed to Our Promise since I believe when I started with Caltrans, which is back in 1991. So it's about 29 years. I'm proud to be able to make my contribution. It's a great cause, and it goes to the heart of our commitment to contribute to charities and groups of institutions that are pivotal in creating an improved and better life for our community, our country, and the world.
I've been giving to the Our Promise campaign since about 2012 because it's an effortless way to make an impact to our local communities. My brother suffers from mental illness, And so the very first charity that I gave to was one of the very first charities that helped him as an adult get off the streets and back on his medication. When you have mental illness, you don't have the ability to hold down a job or always fill out the paperwork that you need. And so he would end up homeless quite frequently. And until he found this local charity and service, he stayed on the streets. And so that was the very first charity that I ever gave to, and what really inspired my passion for giving and giving locally to my community. For the cost of a Starbucks coffee, you can help get somebody off the streets, help them get their very first steps towards recovery, help keep a business open, or help change a life.
I wanted to take a second and talk to you guys about our Promise campaign and how donating has impacted people such as me. I'll tell you my story. I'm a veteran. I served in the military for 23 years and served in the Middle East in conflicts and came back with PTSD. And there's a foundation called Sun Care Foundation that has a program called New Life Canines that provides service dogs to veterans and first responders with PTSD. So they team up with California prisons, and inmates are taught to train service dogs, and it takes approximately 2 years to get a fully trained service dog at a cost of approximately $10,000. So it's not cheap for each dog, and I think just contributing just $5 a month would help out tremendously. I know with the COVID-19 and the wildfires and state cuts, it affects everybody, but I believe if you were to cut out one lunch and bring a bag lunch, or cut out your morning coffee just one day a month, there's your $5 you can use to contribute. So in closing, I think it's important that we all contribute and help to nonprofits and all the people that need a helping hand. Thank you.
For more than 60 years, Caltrans has come together to give back through the Our Promise campaign. This year, our slogan is, Caltrans cares for all. That's our promise. We all know someone who's been helped by the services of a nonprofit at some point in their life. Now more than ever, the community needs your help. Your monthly donation is the most effective way to make a difference. Pledging as little as $5 a month can provide meals or transportation for 40 people. A pledge of $20 a month can feed a family of 5 and provide shelter after a natural disaster. There are organizations that provide meals to the hungry and services for our veterans, while others protect the environment or care for animals in need. Some are transportation-related organizations like the California Transportation Foundation, which provides support and scholarships to members of our Caltrans family. Giving is easy. You know, California nonprofits do so much for our communities. Whether you give a little or a lot, you can make a difference. Caltrans cares for all. That's our promise. Thank you.
As Toke said, nonprofits do so much in our community. This year, we have focused on 4 areas for you to consider donating to. One is climate change, social injustice, economic recovery, and COVID-19. Here are a few organizations focused on those efforts.
these politicians and these leaders aren't taking action, what are we supposed to do? Stand back and watch our planet just burn? I couldn't do that. In 6th grade, my science teacher, she introduced us to the idea of climate change. The fact that it was going to affect everything and that it really truly meant the end of everything, that was what really frightened me. The only way I thought I could make a difference was if I started a nonprofit or if I raised tons of money. But eventually I learned that was not the case. I actually learned about a girl named Alexandria Villaseñor.
13-year-old Alexandria Villaseñor has spent the last 10 Fridays sitting at this bench outside the United Nations. The reason?
Climate change will affect my generation the most.
I went and visited her, and that was when I learned about this movement called Fridays for Future. So Fridays for Future was started by a Swedish teen, Greta Thunberg. She started ditching school and striking for the climate crisis.
I wanted to act as if the house was on fire, because it is. You are never too small to make a difference. And if a few children can get headlines all over the world just by not going to school, then imagine what we could all do together if we really wanted to.
Fridays for Future was like this light bulb that went off inside my head. So I went home to the San Francisco Bay Area, and I was actually really surprised to find that there weren't any children striking every Friday. So I felt like it was up to me to be that person. I hold my sign up and I try to connect with the people around me and try to spread awareness, plant that seed in their head. Through activism, I have been able to find my passion. I've been able to find my purpose in life. I hope to continue doing all I can to help raise a solution and get rid of this climate crisis.
Hello, I'm Jim Davis, Caltrans, Chief Deputy Director. My wife and I give to the Our Promise campaign. We give to environmental and social causes, as well as to the California Transportation Foundation. Please join with me and be part of the Our Promise campaign, and together we can make a difference. And remember, Caltrans cares for all. That's our promise.
We're blessed and honored to be the one that have this vehicle of the Salvation Army, to be able to touch someone else that's in a time where they're really needing the extra help.
Have a blessed and marvelous day.
You too, thank you.
Not only do we have the folks that have used this for quite some time, I know just this last week we've had many people that haven't needed help from us in many, many years. We expect those numbers to keep climbing. Our entire process runs by the donations of others, and we are absolutely in need. So whether it goes to get a single mom and her kids out of the car, or serve them dinner that night if they just need some extra help, the funds really do go a long way. We're just reassure them that there's hope and God loves them and they're going to get through this. We're good at what we do and we stretch every dollar to the fullest, so if someone can give, we'd ask them to give right away. Nobody should have to go without.
My name is Bobby Wooten with Feed Sacramento Homeless. Our mission is to overcome hunger, build a community, and strengthen families. Today and every day, we are out feeding and providing for the unhoused communities in the Sacramento region. Some of the resources we provide, once again, are food, clothes, hygiene, shoes, and we always deliver with respect, wanting everyone to feel and have a sense of dignity. Your donation of $5 a month will tremendously help us with our mission. That is all it will take to help us to continue to provide hot meals and resources for the unhoused community in Sacramento. The other thing that we do during the holiday season, we do a turkey and toy drive event. where we provide turkeys with all the fixings for families in the low-income communities. We also provide toys for the children 0 to 17. Of course, the teenagers need gift cards, but once again, by donating $5 a month to Feed Sacramento Homeless, we'll be able to provide meals, clothes, and food. We appreciate everything that you guys do. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to see all of our upcoming events and multiple ways to get involved. Thank you so much and have a great day.
When you're like hungry, my stomach hurts.
I just feel weak. It really affects your balance. It affects the way you walk, affects the way you think.
I can't concentrate when I'm hungry.
It's very hard because mostly I'm thinking about is food.
Many of our students, when they get that bag, the smile that they get on their face lights up. And the smile that they get brings a smile to our faces.
I never would have imagined that I would be in this situation. I figured I would be the one helping people. When I know it's the day that Food Bank is coming over, I'm very joyful because I need the food.
I appreciate that they give us food when we need it.
Everybody in Humboldt County needs help now and then.
Organizations like Food for People are so incredibly important because we have people in the community that are hungry. We're talking the elderly, the sick, families, kids. This is a fundamental human need to be able to eat.
Our theme this year is Caltrans Cares for All. The great thing about giving through Our Promise is you can choose a cause that you're passionate about. In 2010, I lost my father to colon cancer. So I decided right then to donate to the American Cancer Society. Let's check out some of the great work they do through donations just like mine.
Because of you all, I was able to have an absolutely amazing experience last spring at the Virginia Tech Relay for Life, along with staying at the Baltimore Hope Lodge with my mother for 6 weeks and saving more money than I can comprehend. And the best part about it is I'm cancer-free, so thank you, ACS!
Thank you for all the support you gave my mom.
Thank you for 17 more years with this beautiful woman.
Thank you for everything that you're doing to help us to eliminate this disease and the pain and suffering that it causes. Thank you.
The California Transportation Foundation, CTF, is a great partner of ours here at Caltrans and provides much-needed services to our injured and fallen workers. They are also the financial sponsor of our Caltrans Workers Memorial. Let's hear more about this great organization.
Founded in 1988, the California Transportation Foundation, CTF, supports California's transportation community by recognizing excellence in transportation, by remembering and supporting transportation workers in times of crisis, and by educating the next generation of transportation leaders.
Thank you, CTF, for the Bimla Reinhardt Memorial Scholarship. And I feel very honored to be receiving this reward in her honor. Thank you.
Thank you, California Transportation Foundation, for all that you do for the transportation community in California. The Injured and Fallen Worker Program is so important to our family members across the state when they're in a time of need. Thank you very much, CTF.
CTF has been there for my family in many ways. As the checks started coming in with the list of people who donated, it was very emotional to know that that many people were willing to help a perfect stranger out. That money that was in that account, it had several purposes for me. The initial one was trying to get by, going from a 2-income family down to a 1-income family. That money from CTF allowed me to do that. They also provide the scholarships, and our son, Quentin, just was awarded the Fallen Worker Scholarship. Having that sign on the freeway, every time I pass it, I tell him I love him. And it's just a reminder in a way that he will always be remembered.
I'd like to thank CTF for all of the work they do for our fallen workers and families in California. The transportation network is absolutely better off because of our workers, but our families are taken care of by this program, and I really do appreciate everything that you've done.
With this scholarship, I was able to complete my program of study in 17 months. My thanks to the California Transportation Foundation and its generous donors.
At its core, CTF's mission of Recognize, Remember, and Educate is all about people helping people in the transportation community. That value is shared by HDR's employee owners, and that's why HDR has been a CTF legacy sponsor for so many years. Thank you, CTF.
I've been giving to the Our Promise campaign since 1995, and when I first started giving, I loved how easy it was to just give a small amount each month. I also saw how many different charities there were to choose from, so that I could choose ones that meant something to me. For example, I give to the Alzheimer's Association because it has a personal connection to my family. Both my grandfather and father had suffered with that, and we had to watch them lose their memories, their personality, their independence. And I really hope that my family doesn't have to go through that with me someday, and I hope that they are able to find solutions for that. Also, right now people are having a really tough time, so I'm glad that part of my Our Promise donations go to the Food Bank Coalition to make sure that families have enough to eat at a time like this. I'm glad I continue giving to the Our Promise campaign, and I'm really glad to look at my paycheck each month, all those deductions, but there's one that makes me feel really good.
So I donate to different agencies in the community I live in because it helps agencies that support things like these guys. These guys are all rescue dogs, and I make my donation to one of the local animal shelters. And it's really easy to do with the Our Promise campaign because you can do it through a payroll deduction. You give $20 a month, you don't even notice it, and at the end of the year you've given a pretty substantial amount of money to an organization that you really care about. And there's lots of them out there, lots and lots of them, not just animal places, but other charities, United Way, things like that. So it's just a really easy way to do that, and I recommend that you do it and feel so good about helping out little critters like this.
What's your name?
Evangelina.
How old are you?
10. For our food stamps, we only got a little bit of money to get what we needed. My mom will ask our neighbors if they could let us use money to buy some food. And she was kind of sad, I guess. My mom told me. She said, Evangelina, there's this thing going on in school, and she wanted to know if me and my brothers wanted to be in it. So I didn't know what was it, and we needed help with food. Kispec is food that's in a bag, and it helps you for the weekend by eating snacks and eating healthy. Peanut butter crackers, soup,
Goldfish, granola bars, and pudding.
Pudding. Do you have a favorite snack in there?
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite?
It's pudding and soup.
As you can see, the United Way Kids Pack program provides the nutrients these students need over the weekend to go back to school on Monday ready to learn. 1 in 4 kids in the Inland Empire lives in daily poverty. At United Way, we live united to break the cycle of poverty and create new possibilities for individuals, children, and families in need in our community.
Thank you for helping me and my family for giving us food for the weekend.
Everything was fine until 13 weeks. So she had her liver, her intestines, and her stomach outside of her body.
When we brought her here to the hospital for delivery, we had 2 high-risk patients to deal with. That was an unexpected advantage of being here at CRMC.
I was really scared. I thought, maybe she's not going to make it.
It's not what your friends have, and it's not what you expect when you first see her.
I know what you're saying. I just took a 10% pay reduction. How can I give? Did you know you can participate for as little as $5 a month? That donation alone can make a huge difference. But what nonprofit should I choose? Well, we've made this very easy. The key connectors in your district or division have compiled a group of well-deserving nonprofits near you, and we have them all listed on our website. To access, just go to the CT on-ramp and click on the Our Promise logo. Once you're on the page, just click on 2020 Virtual Event. Remember, this year's campaign is all digital, so you'll need to get registered on Cali Connect in order to participate. If you need assistance, make sure to reach out to your key connector in your area. A list is located right there on our website. Don't delay, because our campaign ends October 31st. Wow, we packed a lot of information in a short amount of time. I want to thank you all for joining us today for this year's Our Promise virtual event. Please make sure to check out the Our Promise page for more information and consider making a donation. And remember, Caltrans cares for all. That's our promise. We'll see you next time.